Okay, welcome to another episode of Good Convo. I'm your host, Mansour TheGreat. I call myself Mansour TheGreat because I believe we all are great. Only a few of us are willing to step into our greatness. In saying that, today I have a special guest, and the reason why he's special is because he's a big man, yeah, let me just say that first. But when he was younger, because I'm one of the older players, he was one of the guys that were just always like humble, respectful, but he's been built like Hulk, and I already said that to him, innit? And anyway, he will unpack more of that. Now, he's also someone that throughout my career, when I talk about career, I'm talking about my health career, has been giving me tips and pointers on things to do and try and keep me focused and stuff like that. Check his Instagram page for motivation, and also he does a lot of other bits and bobs in terms of just like the way he approaches stuff he talks about on his Instagram. Now, I know him, but please, bro, most of the people will know you anyway, you know what I mean? But please introduce yourself to the masses, please, bro.
Yes, Jules Pavish, do a bit of bodyguarding and used to play ball.
Cool.
So yeah,
cool.
It's me.
Cool. All right. So one thing I like to do is with everybody, talk about, can you remember the first time, our first interaction or the first time we met? Can you remember that at all?
It would have been probably, you know what is, in all honesty, it would have been a fan moment. So that you would have even recognized me, to be honest. Because it would have been me with the younger lot in Hackney.
Seriously?
Or watching one of the Midnight, or watching one of the Midnight Madness, where because you had a whole aura and everything surrounding you when we were younger boys. So it was like, yeah, my man, yeah, look. And then as we got older, then that's how we got closer.
Then you still got better and I got slower. And you were like, I used to think he was good.
When you got a little bit slower, I was like, yes, now I can start chatting to him a little bit. I can introduce myself properly.
Nah, man. Nah, I didn't even. For me, you're like one of the, you're one of the people who are just like, you hungry. And you know, like savages, animals, barbarian, warriors, Spartans, you know what I mean? Like when you see someone hungry and you're older, you're just like, all right, I've got time for a minute. Yeah, you was one of the like the young players who came up. And the thing that I remember about you was, as competitive as you was to go at all of the older players, you still kept it respectable. Like you didn't back down from come on, you've never been scared of anyone anyway. But you brought it, but you kept it respectful. Even though you want to take people's heads off, you still kept it humble, which was, listen, I struggle with humbleness, you know that. Look what I call myself. But for you, you know what I mean? You're built your stature. It was as if like, I'm a bit older. It's a bit, you were so sure within yourself that you didn't have to project anything. You get started in basketball. Why did you pick basketball instead of football?
I think my older brother played football, so he played football semi-professionally, and I was like, one of them younger brothers, like, nah, I'm gonna have my own lane. So I never wanted to go do what he was doing. And then in like year 6, on one of the random days, there was like some just basketball that they brought to the school. They never had it in our school before. And I played there.
What school is it?
Southern Road.
Okay.
In Plaistow, Southern Road, yeah. And it was Stephen, Coach Stephen from Younglers. And he was then, I was bigger than everyone anyway, so he was like, yo, you should come try for Newham. So I thought, bro, no, I'm 6, year 6, but I don't know nothing about none of this. So I aired him. For a whole year, aired him. Didn't do no basketball. The summer came, went to year 7 in school, secondary school. Then Joe Kimman, who plays for the Lions. Yeah, so him, he was 2 years older, so he was in year 9. So then when I saw him, we talk about bravado and beast and hungry from them ages there. Remember, I was 6'2" in year 7 and he was like 6'5" in year 9. So yeah, we were both big presence in school. And I was like, all right, cool. He's like, come try out. Let's go Whitechapel. I was thinking, Whitechapel, these times I'm young, I ain't traveled past Mile End or local from Plaistow. So like, all right, sounds like a big adventure, let's go. So we went down there, Mr. Long's training for East London Royals. And boy, it was crazy. It was just manic. There was just so many people there. And I was thinking, I can't believe there's so much talent from such a young age as well. So you got to think from like, they had people, where we went osmosis, so there was like people from 12 to 18. But at that time, the 18-year-olds weren't holding no prisoners. So I'm seeing people getting dunked, and I'm thinking, whoa, this is crazy. Joe's doing the most. I'm saying, no, you know what, this is, and then people are getting physical. When I was younger, I was a ruffian. So anything physical, I'm 100% game. So I'm thinking, what? I'm thinking, what? You can throw an elbow, you can pivot, and it's not your fault. Lovely. So when I found that the little gray areas within the game of being rough, in my head, I'm mixing NFL, all types of contact sports in my head. I'm thinking, all right, cool. As long as it's in the parameter of the game and I ain't hurting no one, let's play. Because when I went to Hackney, when I was about 15, I went to Hackney with Richard Fergus. That was a whole nother world. Training with the oldest, Darius Defoe. That was a complete whole, like, yeah. Talk about squashing egos and humbling yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bro, from